is Will, and this is my project announcement for my short story, my short film Left Behind. So its basic description is a young man is struggling to keep up with these seemingly endless upgrades and latest models of a phone, not specifically an iPhone, just a phone. It's based on a kind of an experience I had in high school. I'm going actually primary school. I leaning a lot more into a social element as opposed to that in terms of what is the disruptive technology. Because there was always this thing of people had kind of this new trendy toy or fashion or something, and I felt left behind because I didn't have it, and I kind of eventually it was too late because everyone had moved on, and this got exacerbated massively by social media because then you had influencers or people with a lot of fans kind of getting brand deals or kind of just supporting things that suddenly became popular and then immediately kind of people moved on because they wanted something interesting or because their influencer person moved on. So it's a very interesting concept that's kind of very much been exacerbated by the implement of new technology. And the story will follow this young man whose desire to have this technology comes from him watching his favorite influencer, and he tries to save up, but he just keeps failing and failing and failing because the upgrades just keep coming in so quickly. Also, a little bit of a thing about technology capitalism, how like everything upgrade is more expensive somehow, even though they're kind of just the same device, and all the old cheaper ones still work better. I have an old iPhone of myself, and it works relatively well, even though it's my iPhone. So inspirations, I took all of my inspirations from Black Mirror, two episodes, one from season 5 and one from season 3. Season 5 was titled Smithereens directed by James Hawes and written by Charles Brooker. It tells the story of an Uber driver who goes off the rails after this social media app called Smithereens. And he kidnaps a guy who works there. The reason being that is because he believes that the addictive nature of the site is what got his wife killed because in the car crash, and it's a very big commentary on how social media sites are that addictive and sort of really work to try and be addictive. And I think it's both the themes, that theme, and the visual vibes of just this really grounded story, sort of simply shot, that is going to be my biggest inspiration for making this short. The other episode is Nosedive, a very popular one, directed by Joe Wright, also written by Rashida Jones, Michael Schur, and also Charles Brooker. It's a definitely more sci-fi interpretation. It's definitely a lot less grounded, especially in the visuals, but it's very, very, very modern in its concept because of how, especially now, it's about a world where your social media ranking dictates your life and what you gain access to. Something that is very, very evident in our social media culture today. And it's that concept of kind of social media dictating what is popular and what is not, who is popular and who is not, that I'm definitely taking a big inspiration from for this little short. So, production, that's supposed to say using Blackmagic camera app for the filming, phone for sound recording, Premiere Pro for editing. I might throw in After Effects as well because I've got to do some motion graphic work, and YouTube for upload. It's going to try and be as grounded as possible, but obviously it's going to have some fantastical elements and a bit of the exaggeration of the actual concept of how quickly things get switched out for another trend. The timeline, script and shot board going to be done kind of simultaneously / one after the other in week 5. Budget and gathering equipment kind of could happen also at the same time. The gathering equipment is mainly just gathering some small materials that I will need, and budgeting is also just going to be making sure I understand how much I'm spending on that. I don't want to be spending more than like $50 on these materials. I will be shooting in week 8 and then editing, sound design, and doing motion graphic stuff in week 9 so that I have it ready and that I can sort of touch it up between then and the actual assignment date. So risk management, no real risk to the actual shoot. It's going to take place mostly around sort of my apartment and in the uni campus. Not many resources are required. It's mainly just going to be a money thing because I don't want to spend too much on it. Uh, I definitely think it's going to require a second person to help me shoot it. It's just going to be a matter of making sure that schedules line up so that we can get it shot and get as much done as possible. But with how short these stories are, should be all right. I'm a little worried about the length, so I have some backup plans on how to cut it down. Mainly just reworking certain elements, like taking out the Instagram part and just focusing on the whole Left Behind element. The Instagram part is mainly just because it ties so well within sort of the disruption that it caused. So to summarize, I really like this project. It's got a lot of personal connection to me and my own experiences. It's very relevant. It has a lot of ways that it could be interpreted through what technology is used, what the disruption is, what's causing the disruption, and I think it is a very simple thing to make. It's what that can be done in a way that feels more complex.